Buzz. We're located in Statesboro, GA. We are WVGS 91.9 The Buzz. Welcome back to the Power of Perception, formerly known as
the big and tall section.
Exactly. All right. So it's Tuesday, 8 o'clock. You know what it is. Go ahead and pull your phones out because we already know you own it. People don't do anything without their phones. Go to your calendar. Go to Tuesday, hit 8 o'clock, hit repeat, and it's on and popping every week. Fellas, what's good, man? We all the way back, man. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing?
Well, it's really good. You already know who I am. I'm Dale from Riverdale, Riverdale's finest.
Man, I'm Big Chris from Ellenwood, GA, man. I'm so glad to be back, man. We got a newcomer in the house, man. What's your name?
DJ Cole, Ellen from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah.
You just gave them the model voice. This is DJ Cole. Ladies and gentlemen,
that's just how I talk.
There is cocoa butter in the car.
Indeed it is.
So tell them where you from, man, and what you want to accomplish on the show, bro.
Stone Mountain, Georgia, like I said.
Stone Mountain.
Really, all I want to do is, I just want my voice to be heard.
Okay.
Just as a black man in Statesboro, I just want people to hear me.
Exactly. So did you listen to the show last semester?
I was actually on the show for a brief. No, not last semester. Last year, I was on the show for a brief period of time.
Okay.
But
he was on my old show, the Variety Pack.
The Variety Pack.
Yeah,
okay.
y'all remember me now? Haha.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. But yeah, I just want my voice to be heard, y'all. That's it.
Okay. And what kind of information are you trying to share with the people?
Anything positive, man. I just want to share positivity throughout the masses of Georgia Southern University in Statesboro.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
And that's exactly what we're about, man. Power and perception. So the reason why we changed the name, and Big Dale chime in as well, because we both have our reasons for changing the name, man. We just want to make sure that people understand it's how you look at your own life, man. You can't keep letting people dictate what you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to date, what you're supposed to look like, where you're supposed to work, how you're supposed to talk, walk, act, all of that good stuff, man. We are here for the people, man. However God made you, that's what we want to celebrate. Is your perception matters, man. Our people matter. So what you got to say, big dog?
Man, you pretty much summed it all up. You know, it was just really, for me, it's just perspective. You know, because you can feel so right about something, you can feel like you're in the clear, or that you're better than someone, or you're beneath someone, and it's all about perspective. You know, you can look at another person's life and be like, hey man, they got it going on. And they could be looking at you like, hey man, you got it going on. And it's just really about how you look at different perspectives and how you gauge things. And really, you know, what we always did in our show was the questions that we always asked during our show was, hey, have you ever looked at it this way?
Exactly.
Have you ever thought about it this way?
Exactly.
And that's nothing but a perception.
Exactly. Come on, man. So what do you want to educate people on how to see differently, man? What is your viewpoint? How do you look at things?
I just want to look at everything like there's a positive side to every negative situation.
Okay.
Like just being able to be in a negative situation and being able to see the positive and be able to help you get through whatever situation that is.
Exactly.
So I know for me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a very negative time in my life right now.
All right. That's
but
right.
Thank you for my girlfriend. She's helping me like stay positive and everything.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's all. Like the power of positivity is amazing.
That's right.
It's like if you can stay positive through any type of negative situation, you'll find yourself a very happy individual.
Can you tell us a couple of turning points of how it has helped you? Because a lot of people are probably going through something similar, and those situations is the same, but they're probably going through a rough patch right now. So how has she helped you, and what did it do for you specifically?
Honestly, man, she just talked to me. That's all it takes. That's the one thing that like a lot of people don't understand. If you talk, just genuinely, just openly, just have a conversation with somebody that's going to genuinely listen to you,
right,
and take in your problems,
right,
and you do the same for that person. Everything, you'll eventually start to feel like, okay, I got all my problems aired out. I can go out and conquer this world.
That's real.
So that's what she does for me, and that's what I try to do for her.
Oh, that's deep.
So
that's deep, man. Shout out to all the ladies holding their man down.
yes, indeed, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are amazing.
Amazing, man. You love us, we love you right back.
Sure do.
Most definitely.
That was so beautiful, it was corny.
It was. We love you right back. Yeah, exactly. Especially, and shout out to all the ladies who are extra nice this week.
Let me tell you.
Extra nice?
The extra nice, the hustle is on.
It's me.
Hey.
I got a whole bunch of my homeboys were like, "Hey man, I'm getting compliments all week." I'm like, "Dude, your face look exactly the same. Don't get it twisted, bro. Like you're gonna have to get that cash ready when Saturday hit."
Yeah,
So-
that's yeah.
That's what they
In the back
do.
of their mind, you know what? If he make me look stupid,
They'll kill you. They will kill you.
It's gonna be over.
Exactly. All right, man. So there's a lot of things that's been going on, man. Let's just be real, man. Let's go ahead and start talking to it. We're not trying to be commercial at all. We're trying to help somebody and help them save themselves, right? So we've been seeing a lot of things on the internet, a lot of things on TV,
Yeah.
a lot of different images just being out there. A lot of people's opinions just been thrown here and there, and a lot of people want to talk about it. So we went to the streets, man. We got a lot of people that are listening to the show, and they were like, "Dude, y'all got to talk about everything that went down with the Super Bowl and how Cam Newton was treated versus the other people who've been in the Super Bowl. Who is allowed to express their emotions? He can't be sad. He can't be happy. He can't be him." And a lot of people are just like, "Man, y'all really got to start talking about what is real because the man can't do anything right." So what do y'all feel about that? What have y'all seen, man, that kind of rubs y'all the wrong way about this whole Cam situation?
What rubbed me the wrong way? Ooh. Well, excuse me, y'all. My phone just started going off. What really rubbed me the wrong way about this situation is, it's like every time an African American man or any kind of man of color is on television and he portrays himself as loving his life, they're like, "Wait a minute, why are you so happy?" Like my thing is, they call him all kind of racial slurs and ignorant because his celebration when he's achieving on the field, out of all of the idiotic celebrations that has occurred on the field since the beginning of the NFL, like to the point where they're like, okay, there's going to be a penalty for excessive celebration. You want to get mad with him because he does a movement with one arm and he smiles at the crowd. He's not flipping anybody off. He's not doing anything derogatory. He's just like, yeah.
Exactly.
What's so wrong about him being happy? What's so wrong with him being free? Him being himself? That's my biggest issue.
Actually, with some of the stuff he was doing in the league this year, I would have ninja starred myself in the crowd, man. I would have just ran and just cartwheeled and just hit people. I didn't care. The dude had an amazing year. The only thing he did was take a bow.
Well, I mean, I feel like since Cam has the platform that he has, people want him to live through a filter.
Yeah.
And in living through that filter, and he just refuses to live through that filter. And since he's refusing to do that, I guess that is him, challenging them, and they feel like, oh, well, we have to make life hard for this man. And which is when all this whole dab dance he's doing is horrible. When you have Aaron Rodgers doing his touchdown.
Yeah, the discount double check.
Right, discount double check.
With the hip thrust.
Indeed, with the hip thrust, which is completely, which can be taken pretty negative.
Yeah.
But all this man is doing is getting in the end zone, dabbing, smiling, and giving the kid the ball that he scored with,
And do you
which
know
is
what he pays
harmless.
to do that? He gets fined when he gives away one of those balls.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he gets fined.
I
It's like 10 grand.
saw something that said that, but then they said it wasn't true. I saw that being reported over and over again. I had to start researching because some people say it's true, some people say no, they can't find him for giving the ball away.
Well, they make him pay for it.
They do.
They do make him pay for it.
Wow, that's
And
deep.
last time I checked, it was because it's an official NFL ball or something like that. The prices range from like, they were saying one time it was $1,000, one time it was $10,000 or whatever. I know if you go to any sporting store and get an official NFL football, you out $50 to $75. So he at least paying $50 to $75.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's true.
That's
that I can guarantee. But you know what I'm saying? Like they overlook everything positive that he does.
Right.
For what they just want to tear him down for.
Right. And I just look at the whole thing about it, man. Cam has been himself every year in the league that I noticed. You know what I mean? He's been doing Superman since he got in the league. You know what I mean? And but now it's offensive. I saw one of the comments by, I think it was a parent at a game or something like that, and she said that was a bad example for her child, for him to
dab.
to
Yeah, I
dab
saw
it.
that too.
And I was just like, it may be inappropriate for your child because he may not even play the sport. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Your child probably wasn't even watching, or your child was probably too busy saying, please, let's get an end zone seat so I can get a football.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But only thing, and it makes it so bad, it was just highlighted in the first place. But I was just like, what makes that parent so important? I was just thinking, there was plenty of parents out there. Why did that one parent get a microphone and said that was not cool for her child to see? So I think a lot of times, and this is the power of perception, that is the biggest reason why we're talking about this, y'all. A lot of people's perception, some people's perception is weighed heavier than others. And no matter who has the microphone, who has the access to media, you have to be careful of the opinions that we take as facts. So sometimes we hear an opinion over and over again, and it's repeated to the point we start saying it ourselves if we're not careful. I always mentioned last semester, man, the brain is a very, very powerful tool, but it is very easy to manipulate. The only thing it needs is repetition, and after a while, the body will follow. So we got to be careful about how many other people we just hear their perception of how we look, how we talk, how we smile, how we dance. Because none of that stuff it should be demonized, man, even though it is. And I see a lot of times, man, when we wake up every day, especially people of color, especially black people, and especially black men, we're told to act a certain way so we won't piss folks off. We're told to even lighten up your voice so you won't intimidate somebody. We're told that, we're told that just kind of put some pep in your step because people don't want to, you don't want to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, man, you are how God made you. Celebrate that, man. Celebrate that. Other people's low self-esteem is not your responsibility. If they're intimidated by you, it is probably for a reason. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, man. You can't make the world comfortable if they're uncomfortable. Because honestly, self-esteem is the individual's responsibility. If you walk into a room and you intimidate me, man, and I think you should fix yourself because you intimidate me, I'm the weakest person ever. That means I can't even exist with you being comfortable. And that is the most. You talking about being a punk? That's a punk.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Strong. I feel like when you become a strong individual is when you recognize that something intimidates you or someone intimidates you.
Mm-hmm.
You figure out why, and then you fix it.
Yeah.
To me, that shows true strength because it's like, okay, this person makes me feel uncomfortable. This person does this better than me, and I'm not comfortable. I don't feel good about myself when I don't have that same ability or mine is not comparable. Which is it's terrible to compare yourself to a person or a situation. But let's just be real, we're humans. We do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how we learn in a sense. When we grow up, well, mommy does that, daddy does that. Let me see if you learn in comparison in some ways, when it comes to just basic things or whatever, but use it as a tool instead of tearing yourself down. Use it as a way to be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this better or where it'll be comparable instead of just being, that person has to stop being so great at that.
Mm-hmm.
What? You know what I'm saying? Like, how about you increase your capabilities?
Because you're intimidated doesn't mean that there's a lack of humility. That's what people don't understand. When they were really, there's a lot of people, and let's be real about it, man. Cam was getting some of the biggest racial comments I've seen in a while. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not naive. The racist comments fly everywhere. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I've never seen them just a rush of them. You know what I'm saying? I know they exist, but there was a rush of racial tension towards that young man throughout, especially when he started really going off at the end of the year. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it was kind of like at the beginning of the year when you're 6-0, no one cares.
Right. It's the beginning of the year.
Right? 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, okay. And then they lost to the Falcons, all right. And then after a while, they picked back up. and started really mashing people, and they were having fun doing it. And
That's
so
what
now,
it really was.
and see, a lot of people don't understand when you're having fun and you're not really, because they'll let you dance as long as you're broke.
Yeah.
People are not intimidated by happy people who are not threatening to be successful.
Indeed. Wow.
They'll let you be happy as long as you don't threaten their success.
They don't want to sit there, like, for example, they'll be like, oh man, you know, that rapper or whatever, that out of nowhere, they just became rich. And they got all these cars and money and clothes and women or whatever. But when they're rapping about the same things and they could barely buy Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
everybody was like, that's okay, man, you struggle, man.
You
You
struggle,
real,
you
bro.
can
You
do it.
real.
Yeah.
You real, man. You real. You know what
Because
it
I
is.
know you don't threaten me, so I
Yeah.
will let you dance and have a great time. Because you do not threaten my ability to be to sustain myself.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, and I ain't gonna lie to you, Cam is a grown man, grown man.
Wow.
And a lot of people who, I'll tell you one thing. A friend told me this.
You wore them leggings.
Yeah, that was weird. All right. When you want to look, he did throw me off. Hey man, we cool, we confident, we black man, but the pants threw me off.
That's not
Yeah, man. That like what was it?
Absolutely
Cheetah
ridiculous.
pants? What was it?
It was cheetah.
It was cheetah.
I think it was cheetah.
I think the cheetah nose was on the kneecaps too. It was just very.
No.
It was really weird. But I'm gonna tell you this. A friend of mine told me this, and we were watching the game. He said, "Man, you ever notice that confident people don't find Cam offensive?" And
It's true.
I said, elaborate, bro. He said, a lot of people who are proud of who they are and don't mind being good at what they are good at in front of people actually did Cam and support him, regardless of what he does. Because he's not doing anything to demean anyone. He's having fun because he knows he's good at what he's doing. And he said, confident people know what that feels like. And confident people are not intimidated by a confident person. They actually help it out. They actually tell you, hey man, that confidence is cool, isn't it?
That's
Keep it up.
great. That feels good. I know that.
That feels good. Hey, I'm positive. I see you being positive. Man, go ahead, man. Enjoy your life. But you got a lot of people, well, no, he's supposed to be more humble. Right. He's humble. You have to be humble to actually do what you're doing every day. Because a humble man actually studies the film as much as he studied. A humble man gets in there before practice and stays after practice. So you got to understand the perception of what we think is humble. We have to question the perception, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of people who want you to be humble want you to be scared. And scared and humble is two different words.
Well, I want to jump back.
What's up?
I want to jump back to the whole racial situation because to the racial tension behind it.
Right.
Coming and being proud of my African American community, a lot of us were like, this is the moment where I wish we were on TV instead of radio. But it was like a suction. We were just like, all of my black energy, Cam. Feel it, and know that we are behind you.
Exactly.
We want this.
We was on the same black person Bluetooth.
We're like, oh, okay. So Cam is the black quarterback, and he happens to be leading the Panthers. We were just like, this is not a coincidence.
Yes, the Black Panther.
And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I jumped on that bandwagon after my team got kicked out.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the Patriots. We will be back again. You know what we do. And it was just like, I hated it because I was on Facebook and I was just like, sometimes I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? I would say it. I wouldn't be fake about it. I'd be like, my team's on. The next best thing for me is Cam.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my friends, and I ain't gonna put him on blast.
Put him on blast. I just lying.
I ain't gonna put him, her, and her on blast. But they're like, and her.
Wow.
Her.
Wow.
And they're like, well, you're only supporting him because he's African American. And I'm like, why is it that when we're united for whatever cause, why is it always a negative thing? It's not like I'm just like, you know what? If Cam doesn't win, we burning everything down. We just like, man, It's just like I hate that with our race when we stick together. The opposition always. I'm gonna say the opposition because it's not always just as clear as black and white. But the opposition always makes it a negative thing. But when any other race like sticks together, it's unity. But with us, it's just like, oh, y'all are always trying to overpower something or be aggressive towards a cause.
Calling people who have race-based opinions.
It's like it just it threw me off, and I was highly upset about it.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is talking about how you have to handle yourself as an African American man. I had to watch my aggression because the last thing I want them to be able to say is, see, they got
That
shit.
angry black man.
Like, and I'm just like, so I can't feel. You know what I'm saying? And it's frustrating. I just wanted to touch on that. How y'all feel about that?
Man, it's the truth. What do you feel?
I mean, all of y'all, but I'm just back here learning. Honestly, this is amazing. Like, I'm so glad I came back. But
that's real. We're glad.
But I mean, I feel everything y'all saying. Like, being a black man in America, you have to live. They kind of force you to, like I said before, live through a filter.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really be yourself.
Right.
And it's gotten so bad to the point where now it's like if you are yourself, people of your race are like, why are you acting like that?
Right.
You know, because like I can speak for myself. I can't act like myself around my own mother sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad.
Right.
And we have to get away from that. we need to get away from that in order to like grow.
Right. You're right. I mean, that seed of one thing that a lot of people don't understand is white culture is synonymous in a lot of people's minds with survival.
Right.
If you don't
what?
if you don't act, talk, think, maneuver,
And we all do it.
network, if you don't do that as far as the dominant society, if you're not a complement to the dominant society, first of all, the dominant society will label you, some people in the dominant society will label you as a threat. And then the people who are not a part of the dominant society will look at you like, hey, chill out before you get us messed up. So a lot of things around, especially in this culture that we've come to know and what we've been raised with for generations, a lot of it stems from fear.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of it. Now, some of it and this is the thing that kind of confuses a lot of families. Some people think fear is love. Some people actually think fear is love. I don't want nothing to hurt you. So I'm scared for you to be yourself. So I'm going to teach you how not to be yourself. So we can, so I can make sure you come home and see me. You understand what I'm saying?
It's like, I'm going to teach you how to not be yourself.
So you can live.
Situations.
Yeah, so you can live.
And, really, I don't think it doesn't stem directly from fear. I don't feel, when it comes to how we act, against the dominant, race or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it's so much fear on our behalf. Because really, to be honest with you, most of I can't speak for everybody, but from the people, and this is my perception of it, because you ultimately choose the people that you're around.
Exactly.
Subconsciously, consciously, whatever. And, if you're a stronger person, you're going to surround yourself by like people. But I try to get everybody's perspective. And for the most part, we ain't scared.
No.
Yeah, we're not scared no more. It's just we've been taught. Cause at the back of our mind, we just be like, I really could buck, but I don't feel like bucking by myself. Or if we do buck, we got to be all on one accord or whatever. Most of it is attached to survival, not out of fear of doing it. It's just like, have you noticed that when you get an interview or you're put in a certain situation, you don't answer the phone like yourself. All week your friends be clowning you. All the numbers you don't know that pop up in your phone. Hello. Yes, this is he. Yes.
And that Troy McClure.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all remember Troy McClure, the
I
Simpsons?
don't.
Yeah.
Indeed. Oh, yes. Yes, I do have those attributes. Yes, sir. Yes, I do. At the moment, and it's crazy because if you pick up the phone and I watched this, I paid attention to it. there was an African American lady who was calling my brother. He was looking for a job. A white man called him, and he was just like, "Yes, this is Joshua such and such. Yes, I did apply for the job." And he picked up the phone and he ended up getting the job from the lady who was African American. But I just paid attention because he had her on speaker. And she was just like, "Yes, this is I forgot her. She was like, "This is Jackie calling for such and such and such and such." He said, "Yes, ma'am. See, I had applied for," and I was just like, "Wait a minute, your vocabulary isn't the same." And he looked at me, bro. He said, "Well, you have to adapt to the situation, so you have to pick and choose when not to be yourself."
Wow, and that's a sacrifice a lot of us have been taught to make. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I tell people all the time, and I had to come to realize, right or wrong is always subjective. You have no idea what the family situation is. You have no idea when somebody has been trying to feed themselves, being themselves in this system what we call white supremacy, and every time they've been themselves, they end up starving. So now they got children to feed. So what decision do they have to make right now? Where them getting this job, they have to lighten their voice a little bit, shave their beard off, shave their locks off. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Who am I to tell him he's wrong for doing what he has to do, in his mind, what he has to do to feed his seeds? You know what I'm saying? So that's the power of perception as well. Because I can look at him like, "Dude, what you doing? Why you shave your hair, man? That was you." And you're like, "Yeah, hey, look, I've been trying to do this. I've been trying to open my own business. I've been denied loans because of my hair." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been trying to grind on my own. I know a lot of people say go out there and work for yourself. You say, yeah, but you got to understand, if you want customers in this world, you have to deal with their perception too. So it's not necessarily the people who hire you. Even if you're in your business for yourself, you have customers that you depend on, and their perception matters. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of really hard to dodge it. You know, we have a right to have our opinions about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a right or wrong thing. I think if somebody says, "Man, you shouldn't cut your hair," you shouldn't cut it. But if you're like, "You know what? I don't want to. I know it's wrong." I said, "But man, I'm going up for a promotion, and I just went through a rough divorce. I need this to get back on my feet until I can do my thing." Who am I to tell him he's wrong? You know what I mean? I don't have his life. You know, and that's one thing we have to understand. Just because we have similar skin tones does not mean we have the same purpose in life.
Sure don't.
A lot of people, especially us as a people, we've been grouped so much that we think we have to be on the same page about everything. And that is a lie. You were born, and God made you individually. Yeah, you may be a part of a group with similar skin tone and similar social constructs and social situations. But you were made, you have a specific purpose on this earth, man. And your purpose is not decided by what race that somebody put you in. I think people need to know that. You know what I mean? You're not a traitor to your race because you are committed to your purpose. Because your purpose was born before you even skin formed. Like people don't understand. Yeah, a lot of people put their skin as a top priority. Don't get me wrong, the skin is a priority. But you got to look at it. That system that was made to treat people a certain kind of way based off their skin does not need to shy away from why you were born in the first place.
It's really the two C's that's not connected to the one.
Elaborate.
Your color and your culture has nothing to do with your capability.
Woo! Say that again.
Wow.
Your color and your culture has nothing to do with your capabilities.
I think I don't know if somebody's listening. I have a feeling that somebody really needed to hear
somebody
that.
needed that.
On some real
That
stuff.
was deep,
If you don't mind saying that one more time for the listener who's still trying to figure out what you said. For real. Say that one more time, big dog.
It's the two C's that aren't connected to the one.
Mm-hmm.
Your color and your culture has nothing to do with your capability. We're all born with a mind that's capable to interpret and to adapt to a situation and to conquer any obstacles that come your way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're at the top of the food chain for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, you know, if you look at it, every cheetah and every tiger has different sets of stripe patterns.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it does not make them a cheetah and not make them a tiger because their pattern and their stripes lay a different way.
Right.
Just because we're not identical that doesn't mean we're not all capable
Mhm.
of the same outcomes that we want, depending on the situation. Once again, your color and your culture has nothing to do with your capability.
Because you're a human first.
You're a human first.
Human first. Matter of fact, you're a spirit first if you want to get real technical.
Right.
Spirit first and human eventually after you succeed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your spirit is not bound by skin, bro. That's the reason why your spirit is always competing with what your skin will not allow it to do.
Wow.
It was there first. That's the reason why you always want to try harder. You want to do more. You want to succeed more. Because the spirit is not used to being bound by no earthly material. You know what I mean? And so you can't really just sit here and be like, okay, well, I'm just black. No. Who were you before somebody called you black? Because I know a lot of people, especially a lot of my people from the islands, they don't consider themselves black.
Sure don't.
And when you say you're
That's
black,
true.
and then they'll look at you like, what is black? Where I'm from, I'm a human being.
Exactly.
What are y'all doing over here? And when I heard that, I was just like, something's going on. Because
Something ain't right.
because when he comes here, he's not even associated with a color. He's like, no, what do I need to have a color for? And I realized how much of a political assignment race is. It's a political assignment. That's what it is. It allows people to treat you a certain way, and the skin makes it more convenient to point the treatment.
Well, before we get deep off in that, let's give our listeners a quick break
Yeah.
so they can just kind of absorb some of the things that we said.
Better get your knee highs. It's finna get deeper over
Yeah,
there.
it's finna get deep. I'm talking about down by the river behind the Baptist church. Where the water is muddy and you can see the bottom.
And we got Sam Cook to
You
cue
just-
that.
We'll be right back. This is The Power of Perception on WVGS 91.9 The Buzz.
Yeah.
Welcome back to The Power of Perception on WVGS 91.9 The Buzz. This is Dale from Riverdale.
Big Chris from Ellenwood, Georgia.
And DJ Cole, bro, I like when you do that. That's fine.
And we getting right back into it.
Big dog, I think what we need to do, we done talked about a lot of things. DJ Cole, we done said a lot of positivity this evening.
Yes.
We got people already texting us and giving us great feedback about what they've heard so far. So
We
what we're
appreciate
going to
y'all.
try to do, and we appreciate all of our listeners, we need y'all to understand something too before we go out. So make sure y'all write this down. If you got your phone, get your phone. All right? You can email us about what you think about the show and topics that you want us to talk about at 919powerofperception@gmail.com. That's the numbers, 919powerofperception@gmail.com. Email us all throughout the week. We're going to be checking our emails, and whatever we get through our emails, that's what we're going to bring to the show. We appreciate your feedback and your suggestions, all right? We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave y'all